I am currently on a fact-finding mission to confirm that you can have your cake and eat it too. I am a certified health and life coach, and I am a corporate girly. I am an analyst in a Fortune 500 company. I've been in corporate for over 8 years now, and I have reached the heights that I've always desired. And kind of setting myself up to understand what was my next step, I realized my next step is going out on my own. But what does that look like, right? I'm not in a position where I can just leave. I have a mortgage, I have a son, I have a husband, I have other bills. So, and corporate 9 to 5 life, they pay well, and they pay you when they pay you, and you know when that income is coming in, right? And so how do I set myself up for a successful exit? How do I set myself up for a life that I desire? And how do I not bring the things that I no longer desire in corporate with me to my business? How do I become a full-time coach, a full-time mom, wife, entrepreneur, and anything else that flows down that pathway, right? So in this fact-finding mission, we are setting the foundation to be able to lay those building blocks for the pathway of success to your own business, and to have it successfully and abundantly. So we don't want overwhelm. We don't want burnout. How do we set that up? What does your day ideally look like in corporate that you don't want to bring with you? What does your week look like? Have you been begging for a 3-day work week or a 4-day work week? How do you set yourself up so that you can make the money that you desire, right? Fulfill yourself and allow yourself to be happy, love on yourself and pamper yourself, be a wife, mom, doggy mom, whomever you are, right? And do it all. Have your cake and eat it too. And so I'm gonna be bringing you on this journey with me to understand, how do we start setting that foundation? How do we start changing the nuances of our day? Small habit changes throughout our day. Some of us can't wake up early in the morning right now to exercise because we have to get a little one together. So what does that look like? Does it look like scheduling time out on your calendar, right? And I'm not saying messing with your lunch. I'm saying setting time out on your calendar for an hour to dedicate to yourself because you're worth it, right? You can meet with anybody else in corporate. You can meet with yourself. Get your mind right. Work-life balance is a thing, right? Understanding what that balance looks like. Understanding what you need to be able to eradicate that burnout, to eradicate that overwhelm, to eradicate that yearning to not do, because we've learned this hustle culture, especially in corporate, right? The all days in, no time off. How do you set up vacations for yourself? How do you ensure that now that you're working for yourself, you don't overdo it and hate what you're doing because you once loved it? So I am currently on that mission. I am excited to bring you along. I'm excited to show you what I am learning. And to add, as we're on this journey, while you're in this transition period, if you're like me and you cannot just bail on your job because they do pay the bills, because you have people, even if it's just yourself, to take care of, a lifestyle that you love, how do you take this time to absorb all that you can learn at work? How can you take the time to not be frustrated because you're in the holding pattern until you can leave, but how can you excite yourself by those small habit changes and not having overwhelm? One of the things, but what can you pull from it? What can you excite yourself about that you can learn from your job currently that you can bring with you into your business? For example, my company is currently focused on the financial elements of things. So I'm in all those meetings because math ain't my thing. I am good at articulating myself. That's where my brain goes. That's what I like, right? So if math ain't mathing in my head, how can I be better? Join all these financial meetings, lead these projects, understand what it's like to manage a person, right? And take notes on how you manage. What would you do differently? If you don't like your PTO structure, how would you set that up for when you do hire folks, right? And start understanding what it is that you want, what it is that you don't want. What I like to do, and this is for when I was finding new job opportunities in the business as well, is write down what you love and what you hate about your role and what you do that you're indifferent about, right? And what do you want to grow on? And so we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to nourish ourselves and make sure that we don't make a decision that will affect us negatively. Hold on just a little while longer until God opens that door and says it's your time. And I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to be able to leverage my knowledge. I'm so excited to be able to pour into you. I'm so excited that this makes me feel alive while I'm in this transition period. And I'm just so excited about the community that I'm going to be able to build with this. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend if they are on this journey, if they are currently in this space where they are working to make ends meet and they're in their zone of excellence. Read The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. Love it. If they're in their zone of excellence and they can do it well, they could do it with their eyes closed, but it just doesn't make them feel alive. It just doesn't make you want to show up every single day. Then you might need to learn what your zone of genius is. And that might be your own business. And if that is you, you are in the right spot. If it's not you yet and you just want to learn what we're talking about, come on in. The door is open. The water is warm. We are welcoming. Yes, so you can have your cake and eat it too. And if you do like to read, I do have a blog called myexperiencemystory.com where it just prefaces who I am. And if you were an avid reader of that blog, some of those stories might arise just to show where we are today and how it shapes me into where we're going to be tomorrow. So I am so excited. Buckle up, get ready for the ride.